In this chapter, we're going to be looking at vectors. You will have seen vectors in GCSE Maths, and if you've done the mechanics course, you will have seen vectors again there. Vectors is a really useful mathematical idea that has applications in all sorts of areas of maths and physics and computing all over the place. So we're going to take the ideas that you developed in GCSE and we're going to take them further, introducing a range of different notations and different sorts of problems to be able to solve. Let's begin with the notation. So as you may already know, a vector is something that has magnitude and direction. So what does that mean? Well, it means that it has a certain length and it's going in a certain direction, like this. Now, it doesn't matter where it is, that vector is the same as that vector because they have the same length and the same direction, but they are both different from this vector, which is obviously going in a different direction and has this, a different length. It's also different from this vector, which is maybe going in the same direction approximately, but has a different length. Now, typically there are a range of different ways that we can represent vectors. You will sometimes see them simply given names. So for example, you might see that being called A, and sometimes you see that underlined. And if that's A, well, this is A as well, because it's going in the same direction. And if this one's, and is the same length, if this is, let's say this is twice as long and going in the same direction, so that might be 2A. So that's kind of one of the notational styles you'll see. You'll also see things given in terms of i's and j's. So what are i's and j's? Well, they're called our base pair of vectors. So the I vector is the one that goes 1 unit to the right. That is known as the I vector. And the j vector is the one that goes straight up 1 unit. And with those two vectors, you can get anywhere you like in the two-dimensional plane. And you'll do that often by adding a certain amount of I plus a certain amount of j. So if you see something like 3i plus 2j, that means from any given starting point, it means go along 3 units of I, so 1, 2, 3, and then go up 2 units of j, 1, 2, and the vector is therefore that. Okay, so that's one style of notation that you'll see, is i's and j's. You can have negatives as well. For example, you might have 2i minus j. So that means go from a starting point, go along 2, 1, 2, and down 1. So negative j will just be going down. And that means your vector is that. So here's one sort of notation. You'll sometimes see vectors written in column vector form. So column vectors would be representing this. We would do it like this, 3, 2. When you see a kind of vertical bracket like that, that's a column vector. The number on the top represents the I direction. The number at the bottom represents the j direction. This one would be 2 minus 1. So it's maybe a little bit more efficient because you don't need to write the I and j, but you do need to write the brackets. Now we can add vectors together. So for example, if A is the vector 4i minus 2j, and if the vector B is minus I plus 3j, well, what would the vector A plus 2b be equal to? Well, that's going to be A plus 2 lots of B. And if we expand this, we'll get 4i minus 2j minus 2i plus 6j, and all of that stitched up together. That's 4i minus 2i is 2i, and negative 2j plus 6j is 4j. So that's how we can combine vectors like that. So look out for these different styles of notation, and be aware that we sometimes just give them a name. We don't actually know what the underlying i's and j's are, and that's fine too. Okay, that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.